Hello and welcome to the Dead Air Dudes. I'm Izzy.
I be Raka. What up, Dead Air Nation? Dead Air Dude Nation.
What
Dead Air
up,
Dude.
Dead Air Dudes Nation? Rocco, where the hell are you?
I'm on a train to Busan.
Really? Do you have any weapons with you?
I came into this world with my word and my balls, and I don't break them for nobody, not even these zombie horde.
Funny you mentioned that. That leads into today's topic. We're going to do a side-by-side quick comparison of Train to Busan, the 2016 zombie classic, directed by Sang Ho Yeon,
Sang.
written also by Sang Ho Yeon and Ju Suk Park. All right, and hashtag or versus hashtag alive. The next
Alive.
that just came out. What, last week it came out?
Stay alive on Netflix.
Yeah, directed by Cho, with a screenplay by Cho and, not surprising, Matt Naylor. You know, so
Okay, so there's many rumors abound that does one lead into the other, or are they related somehow? We've had no confirmed reports that they're related, other than that there is a zombie outbreak that occurs in South Korea.
yes. Now, why I don't think they're related, because the zombies in Alive seem to be smart or smarter than the zombies in Train to Busan.
They seem to linger some memories and some habitual behavior.
They know what the hell they're doing. They want, the dude was climbing up the freaking wall to him because, he saw that she did. Well, anyway.
But there are similarities in that both movies portray zombies that have a World War Z type of speed,
Yes,
ferociousness, attack at all ends. They run. They have full capabilities. This is not your Walking Dead or classic George Romero zombies that go and lumber through the world. They apparently have some sensibility, hearing, some sight, some smell. As you alluded to in hashtag alive, they have some kind of tap into their memory somehow.
Yeah.
In both instances, nobody knows what's going on. It starts off as a relatively happy, peaceful day, and shit goes sideways fast.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that this type of zombie, kind of like the remake of Dawn of the Dead zombie, is scarier than the quote unquote zombie. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because this zombie is near unstoppable, super strong, super fast, and for all intents and purposes, pretty damn intelligent for for being a zombie. It's almost like an infection, like people are rabid, as opposed to a decomposing, decaying zombie. And in no uncertain terms have I seen in either movie how they've been killed, which is interesting.
Really?
In the sense that, shoot them in the head and they die. You know what I mean?
Well, in Train to Busan, they allude to trauma to the head to deactivate them. I don't know, kill them, whatever word. They're already dead.
Well, this is one thing. When you saw Train to Busan, did you watch the dub version or did you watch the subtitles?
The subtitle.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, that was driving me crazy in hashtag alive. The fact it was dubbed, and it was poorly dubbed, and it drove me nuts because there's so much more going on, and it's not giving me what's going on. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, it does rob away when you have to read the movie instead of see it. But I've mastered seeing enough of it that I can read. Most of the lines are not shocking.
No.
I do believe that the Train to Busan is a superior movie.
All right. Well,
we'll get to that later. But real quick, I'll do the real quick plot lines. It's very simple. Train to Busan, there's a father who's separated from his mother. I guess they're having some marital issues. He has his daughter. He's taking his daughter to see his mother, his wife. And, the daughter is obviously aloof and she has some attachment issues and she wants them to be one happy family. On the way, they discover a zombie breakout, an apocalyptic magnitude while they're on the train. The breakout happens on the train itself, and they have to survive. In Alive, obviously, as the title alludes to, you have a central sole character, the boy. They don't really say. I'm guessing he's a late teenager, young 20s.
Yeah,
he's a gamer.
A streamer, a YouTuber, or something.
He should be a game blogger or something. But his parents have left. They went to the market. Something happens. They lose communication. The last words from the parents are survive, alive, stay alive.
Now, let me ask.
So he runs out of water, electricity. He's alone. That is the biggest difference in the plot line. You have survival of a dad and his daughter and a few other survivors. And in #Alive, for 75% of the movie, he is alone.
Yeah, which I appreciate.
It's like Castaway on Zombie Island.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll go a step further in a second. I appreciate the fact that they tried to bring something new to the zombie fair, even though the zombies were very eerily similar to those in Train to Busan. I give them credit that they tried to give but I think that either whoever wrote the screenplay was either inspired or had just finished reading I Am Legend.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, there's a few holes in the story in #Alive.
Well, I mean, I'm talking just the central theme of him being alone and all the creatures outside. And if you guys haven't read I Am Legend, not the crappy movie by Will Smith, or the subpar Omega Man. If you're gonna, you need to read the Richard Matheson classic. Enough said.
Yes, the classic. I hear you. And for those that don't know, the original classic, I believe it's late 1950s. It centers into a vampire-like plague, but those infected retain the capability to speak and talk and reason, but they're changed. And he's the only sole survivor human that he knows of. So he goes through this isolation, survivor's guilt.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the difference with it too, because even to the point where, again, spoilers abound here, guys. So in Alive, the kid meets a girl. And I'm like, oh shit. I mean,
But how he meets her is actually the best part of the movie, in my opinion.
It is.
He's about to end it all. He has no water, no food, no hope. He's tried to go out to search for food.
It's been what,
terrible.
20 some odd days?
Yeah, I mean, usually you die at that point. He's been drinking liquor, but he's out of food.
And he's been when it's raining, he drinks the water, drank the rainwater, and
He was 2 steps. Literally, he was going to end it all. He had made a noose for himself. He was on a stool. He kicked the stool. He was hanging until a beam of light was hitting his eye or something. And then there was a message, and the light was centered on the messages on posters on the wall. Don't do it. Stay alive. Whatever. So
actually,
only other survivor, which is a young lady.
You're a moron, it said. Actually.
Yeah. Yes. And the lady, the young lady, basically is the reason why he survives. He didn't go ahead with the suicide. I like how the layered part of #Alive is he was in a dark place physically, and then he became into the dark place emotionally, and without having other humans around him to support him, he was going to call it. He was going to call it a life. He was going to call it ends. He had also thought that the last words he heard from the poor reception of the cell phone was his parents, his family died too. So everybody's dead.
Yeah. Which
so survival horror in 2 different genres. Train to Busan is more your traditional zombie survival story, but it was massively done with cinematography, with acting, with special effects. I mean, it was on adrenaline from go.
Bro, I mean, I was hooked in. I'm watching the movie and I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, and
It's got multiple characters. It's got multiple situations.
That does that for me still. You know what I mean? That you get that tension, you feel that nervousness for the characters, and you're like, son of a bitch when they do pass. You know.
I mean, many people have argued this is what The Walking Dead should have been. I disagree somewhat in the sense that this is a different zombie.
It's a different zombie. It's a different type. It's almost a different genre, almost.
It is. It's a fast-paced, hungry, rabid zombie.
Yeah, and in The Walking
Dead. However, it doesn't rob from the fact that it is a superior movie in the fact that they invested in this movie to make it a movie. It wasn't a crappy horror survival. They went all out. There's scenes, there's train stations, there's cops, there's a plethora of zombie hordes. They did things without zombies. I mean,
the amount of extra that they had in that movie is freaking phenomenal. And then the contortionist. I love the move when they kind of they turn when they
that added a creepy factor to it. It's almost an Exorcist type of factor, which is crawling on the ceiling. I like that. I dug that. The suspense, the drama, even with the personal dad-daughter relationship, and then how it ends. Not going to spoil that for people, but how it ends, I love it.
Yeah.
I don't watch a horror movie for happy endings. Go watch a romantic comedy for that. I watch a horror movie for death and destruction.
For mayhem. What I did find interesting was the fact that for it being a horror movie, being a zombie movie, Train to Busan didn't have that much gore.
I had a good amount.
But okay. When I'm thinking about gore, I'm thinking about Tom Savini and Dawn of the Dead and freaking Inner and people ripping.
Yeah. Well, it had enough. It had more than enough gore. What I think at the center of the movie was, as it always should be, moral dilemmas.
Yes. And
just escaping death by a hair.
Yeah.
And in that sense, it had the badass guy, the rich business guy who would throw everybody under the bus so he can survive, and he ends up biting the bullet at the end. They had the old couple who survived through X, Y, and Z, and then they don't make it to the end. They had the big tough guy and his pregnant wife. They had the baseball team. I mean, this was a loaded movie.
Yeah, no, it was, bro. I mean,
layered, fucking loaded movie. I love it. I mean, again, gun to my head, I'm picking Train to Busan over #Alive. No diss on #Alive. For what it was as a standalone survival movie, it's okay, but Train to Busan edges it out. Very good movie.
Train to Busan stomps it, beats it up, picks it up, beats it up again. Train to Busan is probably within my top 4 zombie flicks of all time.
Absolutely. Here.
It is. I have to redo my list because it is that good.
It's fantastic. Fabulous. I mean, the pacing, the cinematography, the acting, even the special effects and the makeup and everything. I mean, the contortionist zombies, everything you've mentioned. Far Away outdoes #Alive. #Alive is a good flick. I wouldn't turn it off if I saw it. There's some great scenes in that movie. But
awesome, great scenes.
Train to Busan is a complete movie from beginning to end.
Yeah, no, definitely, I completely agree. The funny thing about Train to Busan, real quick, is that the director, before that, this was his first live action film. He had done a bunch of animated movies before that.
Maybe that helped.
Yeah, well, obviously in the scope and the way it was filmed and the way the set pieces were. It was almost and like a video game. Same, which Alive has also a lot of video game aspects in it as well. Almost to the point that you can imagine you as the character playing Resident Evil and just walking through when he's got the freaking the
it's like he's holding a GoPro on his head.
Yeah, it's look again.
Which that was the one aspect of #Alive. I understand it's 4 years later. But the movie really addresses and caters to the social media world.
Yes, it does.
Because it was loaded with, #this, blogging, streaming, a lot of that stuff that may be more relatable to the younger crowd and the more social media active crowd out there, which is more and more people every day. So, and I get it because that adds another dimension the other movies didn't have because it just didn't exist yet. But there you go. That is our
All right, bottom line.
hashtag alive versus Train to Busan.
Well, out of you want to give individual rankings or ratings or
Oh yeah, and for everybody out there, we're deviating maybe forever, but definitely for the horror movie genre and for Halloween as it dawns upon us, we're going to switch over to Bloody Knives.
Bloody Knives. One out of from 1 to 5 bloody knives.
Of course, one bloody knife is a blunt object. Good luck to you. You're not going to get it done. 3 bloody knives is your average horror movie. Good, watchable, maybe memorable, maybe not. 5, your Hall of Fame, baby.
Go ahead. Take it away, Raka. What do you get?
Okay, hashtag alive gets 3.5 bloody knives for me. Which I think is pretty good. It's a little slightly above average. It was great. It was good, not great. Train to Busan, 5 bloody knives and possibly a hatchet.
Nice. For me, hashtag alive gets 3 bloody knives. It was good at times, but ultimately predictable, and maybe I did a disservice to me that I saw it right after Train to Busan, and it kind of ruined it for me. So,
it got a little stale at moments.
As far as Train to Busan, for me, I give it 4.5 bloody knives.
Oh, you just can't give that last half in there. No butter knife, nothing. Ninja Star.
Cannot do it. So if you guys like this little, quasi versus review type thing, we'll do a bunch more, and stay tuned to our 31 days of bloody knives, or haven't figured out the exact name yet, but we're going to review
31 bloody knives. There you go.
31 bloody knives. We're going to review one different horror movie for every day in October. So stay tuned for that. And that's pretty much it for today. I'm Izzy.
He's Izzy. I'm Raka. And remember to save the whales and save yourselves.
Save the whales. Save yourself. Take care, guys.